Today we're talking about repeat patterns. Patterns are important because for you to be able to make money over and over again in the markets, you need to be able to identify a pattern that repeats over and over again in the markets. All successful traders have a go-to setup. And the irony in day trading is that you only need one setup to make a living. My name is JD Hyder. I teach struggling traders how to pass prop firm challenges and improve their overall trading performance. We put you on the right path through our free guide, Finally Funded, that will give you logical tips to pass any prop firm challenge. Just comment below, give me the guide, and I will send you Finally Funded. In this video, I'm going to share a very dependable pattern that my students love and trade by. Let's go deeper. Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. So yeah, we're going to get into this one and it's going to be a little different. We're going to go old school. For those of you who are new to the channel, you may not be aware, I used to do chart lessons really every video, and that's truly what helps people learn how to trade. Those who have been following me a long time and remember those old chart lessons, we're going to get into a chart lesson today because it's going to help me show you guys this repeatable pattern that shows up in the market all the time, and you can spot it with, you need one indicator, people. You need one indicator. And it's not a lagging indicator, it's a leading indicator. You need a 21 EMA is all you need. And you can find this pattern each and every day. It shows up each and every day. It is by far my favorite pattern. And it's a higher low or lower high setup. Okay, higher low, lower high setup. I'm sure most of you thought I was gonna say second entries. And I love a good second entry. But man, that higher low, lower high, I really like it because it shows up in different places. It shows up when you're about to reverse. It shows up after you've had two legs down market cycle. That's a whole nother lesson. It shows up in range phase. It shows up just in a good trend. So I love the setup. It shows up a lot. You definitely will get an opportunity each and every day. And so let's jump in so I can show you this repeatable pattern, which is the higher low, lower high setup. Also, there's a certain setup that we like to call the wifey trade. Hey, yep, we're going to point out some wifey trades. I've been getting a lot of questions about it because people absolutely positively love the wifey trade, and I know why. It works, right? So we're going to get into it and we're going to read this price chart and find these higher lows, lower highs. Now let me just show you the premise of a higher low, lower high. Let's do some foundation here. Is that, well, it's sitting right here. You see how this thing is trucking? We made this high. Oops, let me get a marker here. We trucked up here and made this high, right? Whatever this price is at, I don't know, let's just say this is 62.70, right? This was the high. Then we pulled back, okay? But then it came up and attempted another high. But look, this high is what? What is this high compared to this one? It's lower. So this is your high, right? This made a lower high. It couldn't get higher than the last attempt. That's what everything, that's the whole premise, okay, of the setup. There's the setup. Here's a high, here's a lower high. This big boy right here would be your signal candle, right? This is the signal candle to go short because we've had two attempts higher. This is probably a top, all right? So this is why the higher low, lower high setups are so powerful. Many times they're gonna get you in at the beginning of a turn. And if you go right here off of this high, lower high, bang, all right? That's the premise of the trade. I actually didn't mean to do it on the chart. I was going to write it over here, but that's the point, right? Now, same thing going low. Let's say we made a low, right? And then prices came back up and tried to come back down again, but could only get to here, right? So this is a low. Then prices pushed up and came back. What is this? This is a higher low, right? This low here is higher than this last one. That's the way this works, right? You're just looking for an opportunity where the market has tried to go one direction and couldn't. And this higher low is your setup. That's just the setup. That's the repeatable setup. Then you still would need a signal candle to enter the trade. But that's the setup, all right? Now let's read this chart because there's some trades in here today. Now, so I already gave you the first one. So let's just say we're trending down, right? And some of this you're not going to understand if you don't understand my full trading methodology, but I'll try to explain. So let's say we're trending down. We get this trend break, all right? So for us who are price action traders, we would be expecting a retest to new low, all right? That's just what we expect. That's how we trade. And because we will always be thinking about 2 legs down, let me just show it. This is what we would be expecting. This is leg 1, leg 2, right? This is what we're expecting. So we're expecting to go lower here. So we get the trend break. Here's the first attempt lower. All right, that's your first attempt lower. Stalled right here. Pull back up. Here's your second attempt lower. And it did get lower than this low. So cool, we headed lower, right? But this is the low that we're trying to come to, right? Because we trended down. Here's your trend break. This is all part of a retest to get lower than this low, okay? That's what we're doing here. Now, notice how we fail. Prices do not get lower than this low. And it tried, actually from here, it tried once, twice, it tried 3 times, okay, to get lower than this low. That there sets up that piques my interest right there. The fact that we could not get lower on the attempt of a trend down, trend break retest lets me know that many times when that happens, we're going to go the other way really hard. So I would be chomping at the bit right now once I noticed we ain't make it lower. We didn't get that new low. So now I'm actually thinking long right now. I know we're in a downtrend. I know this all looks real downtrendish to you, but after these attempts lower, you can even draw a range through here. Okay. See how clear that range is? But after these attempts lower, I know we're going higher, right? So now what I want to look for is a reason to go long. And they give it to me right here. Now here is you know what? Let me see if I can get this screen bigger too. Sorry. Let's get a little bit bigger here. We're about to get into the nuts and bolts now. All right. Here we made a low, right? Couldn't match this low. Then something changes. We push up this time. This is a low. Look at this right here. This low is higher than this one. And we've already tried to go lower once, twice, right? This low is higher than this one. And then look at this beautiful, if you want to use this as your signal candle, broke higher than everything to the left, closed on its top. The reason I may not go here is because we're still under the 21 EMA. But I would like this trade if the 21 EMA was up here, then it would act as a magnet. But because it's so close, I may not take this trade, but this is the first higher low right here. This is a higher low. This low here is higher than this one. This is a higher low with a good signal candle, okay? But like I said, you may want to wait for a little bit more confirmation. The EMA is sideways. We're looking a little rangy. The overall strength was down. So a little bit more confirmation would work, and you get it right here. Here is the coveted Wifey trade. The only difference between a Wifey trade is that, see, this is and you can choose any one of these. This low, this low, this one. Choose any one you want. This one is still higher. You still got another higher low. This is a low. This is a higher low. It's still a higher low setup. What makes it a Wifey trade is the pattern before we go. The Wifey trade, you get that green. If you're going up, you get the green, red, green. If we was going down, you would be looking for the red, green, red. Since we're going up, this is the Wifey trade pattern people be asking me about. It's the same higher low. It's still a higher low. This low is still higher than this one. It's still a higher low setup. But the added, confidence is when it shows up in this particular pattern format of green, red, green, right off the 21 EMA. So you got to have all those parts. You got to have green, red, green, and it has to be off the 21 EMA for it to be a Wifey trade. But if you got all 3 of those, you got a Wifey trade. And from here on out in this lesson, let's just consider a 1 point move up a win. So if you take this Wifey trade right here, put your buy order above these stems. When it triggers, bam, that's a win. All right. So then we keep on trucking. So look, people, here's our first entry. So now, for those who love second entries, we might as well just teach since we rolling here. Here's a high, right? Here's the first pullback. Leg 1, push up. We didn't get higher. Leg 2 back. That's 2 legs back. And then look what you get. Look at this signal candle. Trapped everybody going short. closed on this top, nearly closed back above the 21 MA. That is a beautiful second entry long, and bam, one point, that's a win. Okay, now we push up. Looked like we was gonna get a rally base rally, but we didn't. Man, I tell you what, here's another second entry. No, I take that back. We get a small range congestion here. Then we pull back to the 21 EMA again. So I will start from this candle. Push down, first entry. Didn't get higher. Push down. I'm taking this puppy right here as a second entry long. And yeah, you get about a point. That's a win. Now that one was close, but hey. And now let me get back on track, because those are second entries. You know, I just can't help it because they're just sitting there. But let's look for another higher low. Kind of get another one here. See, they look different, you know, but the premise is the same. So here again, you can go this. Here's a low. These are lows regardless. Here's another low, right? So this, excuse me, I'm saying that wrong. Here's a low. These lows here are higher. So both of these are higher lows, but it's just so congested through here, right? I'm not taking that. Just can't take that one. But what you may want to do, this is a low. Then we pushed up, we came back. But see, anytime prices is coming back, it's trying to come back and test the last level. So if this would have worked, we should have came, it should have did this, but it couldn't. It couldn't. It stalled. We got a low. Push up. It stalled. Where did it stall? Right at the 21 EMA. Why? Because we're now trending. We're now above the 21 EMA. So we know to only take longs. So in this case, I get a low, push up, higher low to bounce off 21 EMA. I typically would want to go right here, but this is a terrible signal candle. If you skip that, I get it. If you didn't and you took it, that's a win. All right. Then we make this high here, and that's just another second entry. Now here it is off of just the 21 EMA. This is more of a wifey. So we broke higher, came back, broke higher. Here's another high, came back. Here's a low, right? Push up, came back, higher low, right off the 21 EMA. Decent signal candle, broke higher than everything else. This is another higher low setup with a wifey look. That's a win. All right. So we've seen it so far. The higher low reversal. We've seen it here in a reversal situation. Now we've seen it here in a trend situation. This is why I love this setup, because it shows up, you know, so many different places. So then I lost track, folks. Let's just truck on up. All right, we truck on up, right? Then you get this big break. Woo-wee, that's scary. But at this point, if you understand our market cycle, this is nothing but a trend up. Here's our trend break, and we would look for a retest a new high. That's the basic market cycle, right? So we get our break. All right. And then, so look, here's also a break. Look, trend down. This is a trend break. Retest a new low. It actually works. This low barely creeps lower. So this market cycle is over. So now what are we thinking? We're thinking long, because we got two legs back. We have a trend up, and we're expecting another leg. Always remember your legs. Let's just say we grab this leg. We expecting another leg at this distance from here. So hey, we got a long way to go, right? Hey, we got a long way to go. That's possible. So let's get this off. So in this case, I'm still thinking long. So I'm looking for my higher low setup. Oh, boy. Oh, look, there it is right there. Here's a low. Pushed up. Here's the higher low. This low is higher than this one. And again, you get this is a repeat pattern. And again, you get the Wifey Trade repeat pattern of green, red, green off the 21 EMA. That's a win. All right, then it kind of actually happens. Some people would take this one right here. You get it. It happened back to back. Got another one right here. Low, push up, came back, higher low, didn't touch the EMA. Big boy candle for your signal. Hey, you might want to go right there. That's a win. All right, then the market is just still trucking along. Just so you see it again. Here's an attempt back. It's actually a trend down, trend break, retest. That's two legs back again. tried to go up, came back again. This is a low. This is a higher low than that last one. Now this one, the signal candle didn't break higher, but that's a beautiful candle. I might still go there. But then if you just wait for this one to go higher here, that's a win. Lower highs, higher lows. It's a very nice repeatable pattern that you can take with trend in a range. Let me make this bigger here so you can see. I didn't notice they had this many of them. Here's another one. This is a big one. Here's one from a bigger scale. Here's a low. We push up, push up, push up, finally come back. This is a higher low. This low is higher than this one, right? Then you get this humongous show of strength candle right here. Man, you go right there, right? For 1 point, that's a win. Then you get another one right here, low, higher low. This signal candle does out. You don't take that one, but you would have been mad because it would have worked, but you don't take that one because it's a terrible signal candle. Then we clearly go into a range here. Let me try to speed this up. But I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. You notice how this pattern, it just repeats, people. It repeats over and over again. And when you learn how to look for it, you do not need any indicators. You don't need no lagging indicators to throw you off, to keep you blind. If you take your indicators off of your price charts, learn how to read a price chart, then you can take this Wifey Trade all day, every day. I mean, I'm actually tired of pointing it out. I hope you guys are picking it up. Here's another one. Low, push up, came back, higher low. Look at the very next candle. Huge show of strength candle. This boy here is textbook. Close higher than everything to the left. That's textbook. Looking for 1 point. That's a win. Just saying. They're everywhere. When you know how. Oh, here's another one. This is of the wifey variety. Low, push up, higher low. Green, red, green. That's a win. Okay. All right. Let's just find one going short, and we will wrap it up with that because I kind of think you see it at this point. Here's a beauty. Well, it would have been a beauty if it had a better signal candle, but even on small turns, we got a high here. Push down, came back. Oh, couldn't go higher. Lower high. This high is lower than this one. And look at the beautiful signal candle. You go right there. You put your stop up here. That is a win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hey, all you need to be able to make a living in day trading is one repeatable pattern. All right, we showed you one today. There are plenty that you can go with. You could just take range fades, people. I've been talking about range fades, you know what I'm saying, all summer. Range fades would be great. And you also can get lower highs in range fades because you wait for it to hit the top or bottom. You hit the top, right? Comes down, comes back, but don't quite go up. What is that? A lower high. Wait for that signal candle right off the top of that range fade and boom. So listen, this trade that I showed you today is very powerful and it will show up in different places for you. Take advantage, just like you can take advantage of my free guide, Finally Funded. I'm telling you, it's helping people get over that hump, pass those challenges, and finally get to some payouts. So comment below, give me the guide, and I'm gonna send you Finally Funded. So hey, look for repeat patterns, practice this, go on demo, take all the indicators off of your chart so you can clearly see what's happening. And then you can start to increase on the sudden. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Oh, you know what? I got a trade example for you. So stay a little bit longer, right? Stay a little bit longer and we're gonna take care of you. So enjoy the trade example. All right, so we just got broke back above. See, look at this trend up, trend break, retesting to new high. So we're expecting that price is gonna try to come up here and test here. So I'm confident with this big old SOS candle, show of strength candle. I'm gonna set a buy stop right here.
Order filled.
We're in. So now we're expecting that we are gonna try to retest and come up to these highs. See what we get. They're gonna force me to put my stop where it goes, under the signal candle, which is here. So at this point, we are expecting that the EMA is gonna stop prices. Signal candle, we should have some buy pressure here. This is the point of putting your stop behind your signal candle so that the banks will protect your stop. So let's see what happens. Keep pushing. Good win. Keep pushing, keep trucking, closing your top, 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 closing your top.
Stop filled.
Great win. Great win. Did just about what we wanted. Awesome trade. Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. So here we just entered in what we're calling a strong trend. You see how the pullbacks are very small. The 21 EMA is pointing straight up. Very nice angle. What we're seeing here is a strong trend, and we're steady making new highs today. And so we'll see if we can get a win out of this. We have prices to hold. It made an attempt. So we want to see a push up hard right here, because we kind of done broke the cadence. We had this good cadence going. Now it's getting kind of dicey up here. We really wanted this one to break higher, so we really need this one to break up, push up for us, push up. Doji would take that. Let's push up hard here. Keep the trend going. Strong trend. That's a strong trend. That's a strong trend. All right. A little more. Like what I'm seeing here. Strong trend to continue, push up. Strong trend, push higher right here, we get our win. A little more. Again, look at that EMA. Look at the EMA. Look at the angle of it. Strong trend. Your above the EMA go long. That's the only indicator you need. We don't trade with blind. We don't trade blind with a bunch of indicators anymore. We don't need the CCI. We don't need the stochastic. All we need is a 21 EMA exponential moving average, and we can see what's going on in the marketplace, take advantage like this strong trend, push up. One more push and we got it. Break higher here, we got it.
Stop filled.
That's a win. Great trade. Strong trend. If you've never seen one, that's what it looks like, and you can do this without any indicators. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that trade example. I appreciate you staying this long. Until next time, my name is JD, and as always, I wish you increase on the Sutton. Bye-bye.